What is up? Look here. Hey guys, this is Alvy from Just Alvy News. Uh, give you guys a few seconds to log on. I'm live on TikTok already, so if you haven't got a chance, you can follow us on TikTok at Alvy Taylor uh, and all that good stuff. Oh look, just got my Facebook notification, so you guys will be popping on Facebook really soon, and that'll be really cool. Let me get these comments up. What's up, TikTok world? Hey, TikTok fans, if you guys are out there, go ahead and say hey and all that good stuff while I'm getting logged in here to Facebook to get going today. Man, y'all popping all over TikTok tonight. That is awesome. All right. So if you're on Facebook, guys, go ahead and drop me a comment. That way I can make sure everything's working correct, and I'll go ahead and get started. At least give me a like here. I'll give myself a like, see if it's working. I think it's pretty much delayed on Facebook. There you go. You guys are starting to come on now. Still can't see your comments, but we'll figure that out in just a minute. Maybe I'll type my own self a comment. Hello, I seen it pop up then. Didn't pop up on my screen, so I got to figure that out. It's working. All right, awesome. What is going on, Frank? So it's not, just to let you guys know, the comments are not popping up on my streaming app that I'm using right now. So I'm having to look at them. I don't know why they're not popping up. Should be popping up. I don't know if I want to hit that button. Nope, I don't. We'll just stay right there. So I'll go ahead and get started then. We'll figure out the whole comment mess later. So today, by the way, don't forget to click our actions and hit share and all that good stuff. I'm bad about asking that. Brandon says, let's go over on TikTok. So today was the Out of the Darkness Suicide Awareness Walk in Little Rock. And me and the kiddos went down there. There are about 900 people that showed up today. And it was really good. It was different this year. This was the first time that the walk occurred since COVID has broken out. So it was definitely a scaled back event where they didn't have a lot of the performances and everything that they did before, like the events. I'm clicking right here. I hate that my stream don't have the comments coming up on here. Pronouns. Let's go, Brandon. Pronouns. Yeah, I definitely use pronouns. TikTok world, Facebook. Different set of people. So, oh, there you go. What's up, Donna? What's up, Patsy? What's up, Frank? I hear him now. So, went out there today. They had a scaled down version of it going on. It couldn't have come at a better week for me. So you do get to pick up these while you're there. The purple is if you lost a loved one to suicide or relative. And I've lost more than one. But today I walked for my Uncle Jody Taylor. He took his own life a few years ago. So I wore the purple one for him. Let me get it. This teal one right here means that you support someone who's struggling with suicide thoughts, suicidal ideation. And the green one. The green one means that you've attempted suicide and you survived. So I got to wear that one at A2. I did have a bright blue one, but it broke. And the bright blue one just means that you're a supporter of suicide awareness as well. So, yeah, went out to the walk today. I got to tell you, it was bittersweet for me for a couple of reasons. It has been a tough week. For some of you guys might not know that I'm definitely a suicide survivor. I suffer from suicide ideation. which means the majority of the days of my life that I'll think about death or dying or not wanting to live. Now, that has a lot to do with some of the mental illness issues I have. And most of the time, I'm perfectly okay with it, except it's just a struggle, and you learn coping techniques. And I talk about suicide a lot on Facebook and in person and things like that. But today was the first day. What's up, Jeannie Giesing? Joined me over on Twitter. I hadn't talked to her from a long, long time. One of my best buds in Texas. It was a tough week for me. It didn't start off like I almost did not even go to the walk today at all. I'm glad I did. It just has to do with how your mind works when you're struggling with things like that. So, did the walk today. Glad I did. But I got to tell you, took everything I could to get up and go today. Everything I did to get up and go today. I didn't want to go. Couldn't even tell you why. I just did not feel comfortable going. By the way, it's okay to ask me questions about suicide, my struggle with suicide, and that. Because my goal is to try to normalize talking about the struggles people go through. What's up, Jeannie? Jeannie said hi to me over on TikTok. Well, one of my favorite people in the world, by the way. Jeannie is, for sure. I miss you. I love you. Because I'd never been to Out of the Darkness Walk before. I've raised money for them. I've donated to them. But I've never really been. Because the difficulty actually getting up there. And of course, when I did get up there, it was a little tough for a number of reasons. You've seen hundreds of people gathered around who had been impacted by suicide. And they had their families' members' shirt, family members' picture on their shirt. So there was a lot of people there that has lost loved ones to suicide. And as much as I can talk about it on here and, one-on-one on person, I'd never been around that many people's family that had been affected by suicide. Nor have I ever been around that many people wearing green beads. Of course, the green beads means that you've attempted suicide and you're here today. I can't really describe the feeling I got out of it. It's completely uncomfortable. You're talking about even I got recognized a few times out there, not from people around here, just from random people. And I don't know. I told the kids later when we got home, I told them I was very appreciative and thanked them for going with me. I told Bubba right before I put him to bed that, today was hard. It's one thing to set. It's one thing to sit here in front of the screen and sit by myself and talk to you about my struggles, because you guys get to see me bouncy and happy as well. So today, the walk for me was totally different. It wasn't what I expected. I didn't think my emotions would be the way they were. I did my best to tell everybody that had on green beads that I was glad they were there. I had the opportunity to meet a lady. She was letting her kids play on the playground while I was letting the kiddos play. And I told her I was glad she was there because she had her green beads on. And she said, me too. And I almost didn't believe her, uh, only because I'd said that before. I People looked at me and asked me how I was doing. I said, great, fine. Uh, and then I found out why. Her recent attempt was less than 60 days ago. Here she had this beautiful kid. Uh, and you know, the stranger, I just wanted to get out and give her a great big hug. Because I could feel her hurt. Because I've been there. There's days that I'm there right now. Uh, and it's easy to be on the outside looking in and going, why in the world? Like, look at them. Look at them. Look what they got to live for. Here I was out with Stormy and Phoenix. And man, I got to tell you, those kiddos, that's so much life to me. So much life to me. The, uh, so when you're outside looking in, it might not always make sense to you. Well, I got a news flash to you. It doesn't always make sense to us either. Uh, and if you don't understand about suicide or mental illness, that might not make a lot of sense to you. Uh, because, like, how could it not make any sense? The mind is definitely the devil's playground. It plays with your mind, tries to attack you all they can as well. I'm gonna read a few comments here, guys. Heather says, I'm glad you're still here. Wow, she was so brave. Yes. Hey, Heather, I'm glad I am still here as well. There's days that I wouldn't tell you that. You wouldn't get that response from me every day. If I looked you in the camera right now and tell you that, I would absolutely 100% be lying to you. This has been one of those weeks. It was a rough week for me. The only thing I can figure is that the devil was trying to get me before this walk. And what get me, I don't necessarily, like, it's been a long time since I've attempted to take my own life. We work through struggles and coping, and we do things. And like I tell everybody, for the most part, I've suffered from suicidal ideation since I was about 7 years old. And as long as the suicide ideation don't meet up with the depression and the suicidal tendencies, we're all good. And it's when they start to cross where things can get bad. Now, suicidal ideation and attempts from that is just one type of suicide. You got your situational suicides as well that are a little different. They caused by some kind of stress that's going on in your life or something of that magnitude, some major life-changing event. Jamie says, I'm so glad you went. I went too. Yay! Shout out for Jamie. I'm glad the weather is so nice. I'm really happy you went, Alvy. Hang in there. Thank you. I'm hanging in there. Like, God is blessing me. I often say that most of you guys that are watching this, and I would say the overwhelming majority, have no idea how far low mentally, physically, and emotionally that I had fallen prior to last year. Completely at my rock bottom. I can't even explain how bad I was. The easiest thing for me to tell you is I could barely get out of my house. Like, if I went anywhere, it would be to the Big Red, and I'd be in and out, and all the peeps down at Big Red knew my personality so well. They knew whether to speak to me, not speak to me, all that good stuff. And what to say. So it was a real shock to a lot of my closest friends last year when I started getting out and doing this. It was scary for me, scary for my therapist, scary for my family. Here I went from not going out of my house. Literally, my anxiety would be so up. And if Jeannie's listening to this, she's probably going, that's crazy. that I couldn't get out of my house or have the desire to, actually. I know those of you who know me for a while might think that's crazy. That's just the way it was. Doing this has kind of brought me out of my shell. A lot of thanks to all of you guys, because you guys are so kind. Like, when I first started doing this, I had two main reasons. Like, I needed to quit getting in trouble on my personal page from Facebook, but then I wanted to promote local businesses and local community events and things of that nature. So that's kind of how I got started, and it would take everything in my power to get up and just go do one video. I'm talking about I'd be sweating, I would put it off, I'd break appointments. I just couldn't do it. And then slowly but surely, God starts working with me and starts making it happen and making it better. And now here we are today. My anxiety still goes up right before I go live, believe it or not, even on these little sit down conversations that we have. The depression is still there. So if you ever want to know what a depression looks like, you're looking at it. And I say that not to make you feel sorry for me whatsoever. I tell you that to let you know that depression doesn't have a face. Depression is the person that's doing everything they can to make you smile. And generally, that's because we wouldn't want you to feel the way we were feeling. And you find this a lot in people that's attempted suicide. Their friends are generally surprised about it at first. Then they go back and think and start putting puzzle pieces together and think things through. You guys are quiet tonight, otherwise the comments just aren't on there. I know this is a tough subject for some of you guys. Suicide always is. Something my family don't talk to me about at all. It's like the no-no conversation in my house. That's probably not best for me, but I put myself in their shoes. Losing someone you love to suicide messes you up. You got all these unanswered questions. Could you have did more? Could you did this? And all that stuff. So I kind of get it. I definitely kind of get it. But that's why I want to kind of normalize it. I remember the first time I talked about it on Facebook. It was a little rough for me. First time I talked about bipolar on Facebook, a little rough for me. You guys started reaching out to me as I shared my story, and it made it okay for some of you guys to share yours as well. So that gave me a reason, gave me a purpose to be okay with sharing it. So I share my stories about my recovery, my mental illness, and of course, both of those tie right into the suicide attempt, suicide ideation, in hopes that you're not alone, and that other people that you think are just perfectly fine are having the same struggle you are. And that's completely okay too. It really is. Like one of the shirts there said today, and I know you've heard it, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to do anything about it. Patsy says, we appreciate you taking your time to keep us informed about what goes on around our area, Landmark in Houston. I absolutely love it, Patsy. It gave me a sense of purpose again, and I definitely needed it at that time. I'm getting to see a lot of good come out of this page from finding missing persons to getting community events, like getting more people involved and getting engagement there. And that makes me feel good. That helps me with my mental health. That's why I always tell you guys, no, thank you guys. You guys keep this. Lou says, for me, Everwalk is very humbling. Yeah, you know what, Lou? That's probably the best word to use to describe it. The humbling, because you take a look around and you realize that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And there was a lot of people there. Let's see. Heather says the testimony will help others. I sincerely hope that. One of the things that I often say, recovering drug addicts often say, and those that have attempted suicide often say, our story isn't over. We got more to tell. This is just the next chapter. And I'm glad to share it with you guys. It's like, I know some of you guys won't even be able to watch this, and I get that. I totally understand that. I encourage all of you guys to. 54% of adults have thought about taking their own lives. 54%. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. I'm at a suicide rally today. I see a mom and a dad. They got a little boy, and what I will now assume is their daughter was sitting down by her boyfriend, and the little boy was asking for the color beads, and he's trying to get, all the colors his family had. And so he looked at his sister, and I heard his mother explaining what all the colors meant. Well, he looked at his sister and he goes, well, I don't have green beads. Why don't I have green beads? I had to ear hustle. I had to. Because I seen how she'd respond. I know how I talked to Stormy and Phoenix about it. I'm very, very open about it. And I watched like my biggest fear happen right in front of me. She didn't know what to say. She's like, first she said, well, no, you don't need any green ones. Well, what does the green ones mean? She didn't even want to say it. I want to tell you, we need you guys to say it. We really do. I'm going to speak for all of us. We know it makes you uncomfortable. How do you think it makes us feel? We got to figure a way to normalize talking about it. And I hate it that these videos like these, I got 1,000 views just logging on, showing my barber cut my hair for 10 minutes. My average live feed gets 40 or 50 people. We're sitting at like 9 people right now. I can blame Facebook, but I know better. It's about the topic. I could have left off the word suicide and the screen would have picked up. That's how uncomfortable people are with it. The listening, hey Norma, how are you? Like, I don't know if you guys, if you just joining me, I'm live on TikTok over here, so if you follow me on TikTok, that's cool. I'm live on YouTube and Facebook as well. Heather says, I come from a generation of adults who used to say, oh, they're just trying to get attention. I'm so glad most has come to the realization that love is the answer. If you hear of someone who attempts or thinks of, just reach out with love. Absolutely. Whether it's a first attempt or a hunter, just be there. That's how you save a life, and they're worth it. Thank you, Heather, for that. I've heard that too. They just want attention. No. Actually, what we want to do is disappear from the face of the freaking earth. That's your goal when you reach that part. Now, keep in mind, I'm sure some of us can tell you like different stories that, people were threatening and all that. Here's what I say. Even if it is for attention, or you think it's for attention, or it's clear it's for attention, no one really thinks about killing themselves for attention unless the thought was already there. I mean, think about that before you say that person is attempting to get attention. That one's tough. It also makes it tough for me to come and say, hey, I'm Alvy, I'm a suicide survivor. And it makes it tough for me to share my mental illness struggles with you guys, because the last thing we want to do is reach out for attention. We're trying to avoid it. Jeannie says over on TikTok, thanks for sharing. I'm here if you ever need anything. And she's got to go get ready for tomorrow. Have a blessed day. I'll call you this week, Jeannie. I love you. I miss all you guys in Texas. One of my Blockbuster peeps. She been watching over on TikTok. I tell everybody, anybody that talks about death, take it seriously. There is a grain of truth, at least, to what they're saying, even if it's for attention. I used to drop hints to my family and they never really picked up on them. Purposely, because you drop hints and you don't really want them to pick up on them, but you want to let them know about what's going to happen. I guarantee you this is not one of those videos anyone in my family will watch. And if they do, I'll be completely shocked. Because I don't know if I could sit here and watch myself talk about this. I mean, my brothers, all three of them, come in and found me, one after another. I couldn't imagine being them. That was not my intention for that to go down that way. Brandon says, speaking as a person who recently lost a friend who has dealt with depression and been near this point, I can say one thing: God always has a plan. Suicide is not selfish. Amen. Suicide is not selfish. I'll cover that in a minute too. It is not for attention. And most importantly, the issues with parents I work with in EMS have been told by some that their parents have yelled at them when they found out they was self-harming, or they went to their parents for help. So much in that, Brandon. Brandon made a few good points. We'll cover like God does have a plan. And I don't know too many mean or bad people that are trying to kill themselves, unless they're locked up. Then I don't think Einstein didn't kill himself, by the way. They get locked up, then they might. Other than that, when you speak to people, families of victims of suicide, they're kind, outgoing people, friendly, try to make people smile, they try to make people laugh, and that's kind of like a pattern. So it's like the devil goes and attacks those people, and so if we're part of God's plan, the devil is going to come after us. And that's something I have to remind myself often. It's easy. Here, look, guys. It's easy for me to tell you, hey, call the National Suicide Hotline, 1-800-273-TALK, or, we got that 3-digit code, 988 from any cell phone in Arkansas and most other states, 988. It's easy for me to get up and tell you guys that. It's easy for me to tell you, to reach out to somebody. When I start doing it myself and I need to do it, it's not that easy. But at least I know I got the resources and everything that's connected right there. The next thing, suicide is not selfish. I can get why people think it's selfish, because you're leaving all those loved ones with a lot of pain. And it seems like it's the easy way out to them, and things of that nature. There was nothing easy about it. I don't know how long ago my mom and I had this discussion. Uh, One that I forced on, I'm sure. Uh, and by the way, my parents love me like tremendously. Like I am a very blessed individual when it comes to that. Uh, so, mom tells me how selfish it was and what a cowardly act it was. Well, we covered the cowardly part first. I said, well, unless you've ever put a gun up to your head and pulled the trigger, I guess you don't really know how cowardly of act it is. Because that takes a lot of guts to do that. Yeah, that's just cold, hard fact. It's not cowardly. And as far as selfish, at that moment in time, you're trying to be unselfish. At the moment, I'm speaking for myself, and hopefully speaking for others, at that moment in time, you've already justified being gone. You've already justified. Heather was already covering this. Heather just commented, and the person usually has a thought they'd be better off if I wasn't here. And that was actually thinking of the other person over your own value. It's the most unselfish thing at that moment in time. You see, because when you get ready to take your own life, you've convinced yourself the world is better without you. You've convinced yourself that mom and dad will be okay, your kids will be okay. In fact, not only are they going to be okay, they're going to be sad, but they're going to get over it and they will be better. Which is not the truth, by the way. It's not the truth. I know it's not the truth when my mind's fully healthy. But at that moment in time, that's exactly what you think. It's just, you wouldn't want to hurt. Like the whole thought of your suicide attempt is to take the pain away, and you definitely wouldn't want to. You definitely would not want to cause anybody else pain. And by the time you get to that point, you've kind of like justified it in your head. Yeah, they'll be sad, but they'll recover, and life will actually be better. Donna, I thank you for coming back in. I know it's hard for you guys. Hey, and by the way, all my badges are in Spanish for whatever reason. I don't even understand that. Brendan says, I think another big issue is my generation growing up was told men don't need to share their feelings. It's a sign of weakness. Be a man and get over it. And I believe that's one of the biggest reasons male suicide rate is almost 2 times that of female. Society has so much pressure on men. We're supposed to be the breadwinner, carry the family name, pay the bills, get the groceries, and not tell problems to anyone. And Brandon, my goal is to overcome that. I often talked about my mental illness, my depression, for that reason. And like people like yourself, Catfish Jimmy, he gets on there and talks about his, because we want to make it normal. And it's going to take strong guys. And when I say strong, I don't mean muscle. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it takes a real man to get on Facebook and tell people you're sad, you're depressed, and you don't want to be around. Because people are mean to guys who share their feelings for the exact same reason Brandon was talking about. It's just a generational thing. I've been told that so many times, what he just said up there. We got to change that, Brandon. Like, the more guys talk about it, the more it'll happen. Got another comment up here. I thought my 80-year-old mother would be better having a child die, and my 7-year-old son would be better without a mother. What skewed thinking. It would break my heart that my mama died, and I'd lose my mind if my son did. Oh, Heather, I'm glad you're here. It's stuff like that. You'll see me get emotional. Because I get it. You guys that don't struggle with it, you might not get it. You might not understand it. I get what she's saying. How could anyone look with me around the kiddos and not look me in the face and go, oh, look, you got reasons to live? No. See, at the time, I thought I was being a burden on them. I didn't realize the light I was having in their life. And that's, the devil plays tricks on you that way. And that's how he gets you. And he gets in your mind, and, you know, like you're holding all this in, and it gets worse. Like, then people think you're getting moody, because you are. Oh, boy. Heather says, and Satan loves secrets. Yes. It's a trick of the devil. It really is. I think the devil goes after strong people. I think the devil goes after God's people. One way he gets to us is through our mind. We know it's a battlefield of the mind. The Bible told us it's a battlefield of the mind. It's a spiritual warfare going on around us. I do know there's one going around me. I've had people tell me. So definitely, I mean, it's definitely not God. If God wanted me to get to heaven faster, he'd just take me. But I spent 3 years trying to get run over by cars, just doing dumb stuff, trying to die. And it didn't work. It just didn't work. And I tried a lot of dumb stuff. I don't know how many cars swerved on Arch Street. Yeah. I stopped doing that. Like, I would walk across the street, try to check my mail, purposely try to get run over by a car. I stopped that after one of my friends was walking to my house to see me. And he made it right. It's where my sign is out on Arch Street right now. He made it right in the middle of my property. I mean, the day before, I was trying to get hit by a car. I was. The one truck swerved off the road. And the way things are. Heather says, thanks, love you to the moon. Very discouraged. My health let me down again today. So Heather, Heather was, I'm not laughing at Heather's comment. I'm laughing at the next one that popped up. Heather was one of the ones that's scheduled to do a walk with me today. By the way, everybody canceled except Stormy and Phoenix. And I thought, the irony of all this, that's when I had to force myself to go. So if you're just joining me on TikTok, we're doing like a multicast. We're talking about suicide awareness, and all that good stuff. So drop us a comment and stuff down there. So Heather had surgery, and then she's getting her body ready to come do the walk, and I know it's near and dear to her as well. And then she got sick and couldn't make it. Heather, you know, that could have been a lesson for me from God. I know that sounds silly, but I so wanted to back out today. And when you couldn't walk, you told me how important it was to you. And so my goal was not to let you down. And that's one of the reasons that I did end up making it. Now, next year, we're going to get a month head start on this and invite everybody and put us a whole team together instead of waiting until the last minute. There is another suicide awareness walk at Children's Hospital in a couple of weeks, if any of y'all are interested in going. Donna says, froze, Alvy, get your coat on. I don't know, is anyone else freezing? I don't know. I'm looking good on this end. Y'all gotta love TikTok over here. These people just come and go, come and go. Yes, and we're gonna raise a bucket load of funds. We are gonna raise a bucket loads of funds. So there's only like 10 of you guys on here. So I'm sure most of you guys know this. I have an idea. I'm gonna pray about it. We're gonna make it happen. So, Facebook allowed me to do fan subscriptions, so you guys can support the page for $4.99. And here's the cool thing: for every one of you guys that sign up for at least 1 month, Facebook is going to give me another $20, and that's between now to the end of the year. So not only do I want to take Facebook's money, because they've had me in jail all year, and not only would that cover a lot of costs, like that'd be awesome, because you can get up to $10,000 for doing it. But what I want to do, and I'm going to do it, I'm going to take a portion of that bonus money, and I'm going to set up a nonprofit. It's going to be called Making It Happen, and it'll be for things for like raising money for our local groups. Because one of the things we always run into is that businesses want to donate, but they want the tax write-off too. In other words, they'll give us money, but they'd give us a lot more if they could get a tax write-off on it. So that'll be encompassing. That'll be making it happen. That's kind of a thing. And the truth that I'll tell you guys about it, it's something I dreamed up when I was like, I don't know, I think 10th grade, 11th grade, long time ago. Not only would it to help support our local community groups, but like to go like blow up a business. Maybe we got a small business owner that needs repairs done, like different things. So it'd be like funds that we could do different stuff with it. Plus, as part of that, we have a lot of people in our neighborhood that owes fines, and there's not anywhere for them to do community service work. So part of that is I'm going to schedule for like work out in the community, have those people come that need the community service hours. They'll be actually getting them through the nonprofit. But like the ballpark, let's say the ballparks need grass cut. We got people locally that's got fines, but there's no good community service around. That'll allow them to use that. So yes, and Heather, the reason I even brought that up was the boatloads of money. It'll be easier for us to raise money, and I know next year we can knock it out of the park if we get started early. Ember says, how are you doing tonight? I am tired. I really am. I did want to come on and say hi to you guys and talk about the Out of the Darkness walk, but I think tomorrow will be a better day. As far as this feels like it's clearing up. I don't know. I've stayed inside my throat. It's not as scratchy today at all. So I guess I'm doing pretty good. Actually, I'm doing great. Mentally, I'm doing good. I wasn't before the walk. I am after the walk. So thank you for asking. I'm scrolling there. I hate the fact they didn't put my comments up here, so I have to watch you guys. I got a theory. That's insane. So, you guys have badges that pop up, and y'all's badge tells me what you are. Oh, there it goes. Supporter. You guys are awesome. It was all in Spanish a while ago. So, that's all I got about the Out of the Darkness suicide prevention, prevention, awareness, whatever. They both go hand in hand because we need to normalize it. Brandon, thank you so much for sharing part of your story. Man, thank you. I'm sorry about the loss of your friend. Just know this is always a safe place. If you ever want to come on and tell your story, you definitely can. I would do that for you. And Heather, thank you for like encouraging me to do the Out of the Darkness walk. instead of just giving money to it. Giving money to it, just, I did my part. So even though you didn't get to go, you definitely made a difference, and I'm so thankful for you. And thank you for sharing your story with me, and thank you for sharing with it with some of the people here. And there's been a lot of you guys. You guys aren't on right now, but there's a lot of you guys that are shared your stories with me, and I'm very thankful for that you guys do that, because that's how we notice that. Hey, TikTok's telling me I'm supposed to tell them to share the video, but there's no one. Oh, I do. Hey, TikTok, they just told me if you're watching to share this video. I don't know how that goes. Let's see. Heather says, I saw another event, not for me, called a sleep out. Woo! It's for homelessness awareness. You'd sleep outside overnight. Hey, Heather, send me that information. I want to have the kids do that. I really do. Donna says, weather sucks here, causing headaches, sinuses, etc. Horde stuff. Hope yours gets better. Alvy and everyone else that has this problem. The weather here is the same way, Donna. I know we're making it seem like our weather's a lot better than yours, but that's not really the case on there. So, would definitely. Heather, I would totally do that outside thing, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? TikTok, would y'all do the homelessness awareness over there? I told you I'd considered you a real friend. God placed us one knows life for a reason. It's going to be huge. I just love you guys. If y'all ever wonder why I do this, all y'all have to do is go back and read y'all's comments. You guys are like awesome. Y'all really are. Man, some of you are just so loyal. Like, plus y'all keep me humble. I don't know where Regina is tonight. Regina's always on here. Let's see. What's up, TikTok? Had a few more people going over. Hey, Facebook, y'all don't forget to click a reaction now. Those are important. Catching up on comments right now. Boom. Boom. I think it's everywhere. Donna says, think the weather's everywhere because of the season changes. Yes, yes, yes. Very much so. All right, guys, I've almost been on here at about an hour. Y'all know what happens in an hour. Facebook starts doing everything crazy. Hey, I finally got a hi. Hey, Alvy on TikTok. I'm super duper excited. Super duper excited. Thank you for the hi on TikTok. Woohoo! I told you, Facebook, I don't know what I was doing over here. And I don't even like my comment screen's up there, so I can't even see YouTube. So, did you get Josh's friend request? Amber, this actually for everybody. As far as my phone calls, my texts, and my messages, I stayed back up. My personal page actually comes like third on the list. I'm trying to do better with that. So it's probably still over there waiting. My friend on TikTok says, how the heck did you find me over here? Well, you just look and we find you. That's kind of how it is. It's Andy. Holy cow. How did I find you on there? There you go. See, I just figured out who that was. I found you. I'm good at finding people. So Amber, so I stay backed up on things. And as far as my friends on my personal page, I'm just about out of room. So they definitely stay backed up. But I'll go give it a try, see what's going on. Donna says, you are a real sweet person because you care deep inside and it's real. Even if you don't believe you are. I think I'm sweet. I really do. I'll give you guys that. I do. I try to be a nice person. Sincerely. So I'll definitely take. I'll definitely take that one. I'll definitely take it. So Andy jumps on TikTok. She done missed the whole suicide awareness story over there. Because his background looks like, oh my goodness, the cows. You guys are never going to let me live those cows down. That's crazy. Nor will I ever go chasing cows through the woods. Oh, that's awesome. I like to see that. I don't want to lose another set of keys, but I'm okay for that. Amber says, okay, I was just asking, thank you. I just wanted to give y'all a heads up, like, on my messages and stuff. And then I'll try to prioritize them. Like, I'm way behind. Man, we got like 5 missing people in our area. And so those inboxes fill up pretty quick over there. And if you don't notice, I'm live on Facebook and YouTube too. So we start TikTok first and then we roll into that. You said, holy cow. Oh, ha, ha, ha. There you go, Donna. It's my fault now, huh? That I was chasing cows through the woods and lost my keys. Totally my fault for doing that. Totally my fault. See, Donna, you made everybody laugh. All right, Facebook and YouTube. TikTok, this don't apply to you. I'll come to you in a minute. I'm gonna yes, Donna, we got 5 missing people now. And that's just in our surrounding areas. Arkansas's got quite a few right now. We got a teenager, 2 males, 2 females. Andy's over here on TikTok saying you got your toe in each browser. Why not Twitch too? Funny you say that, Andy, because my streaming app lets me go to Twitch. I don't even know. I've never been to Twitch, so I don't know. Who knows? I might do that. I haven't even figured out TikTok yet. I'm barely figuring out YouTube. I think I got Facebook down pat pretty good, except I don't know how to stay out of Facebook jail. I'm good at that. Amber's going to bed. Amber's she is one of the first 10 people to actually, one of the first 10 people to actually become a Just Alvy News supporter. So shout out to her. So she's definitely helped us. Her and her husband joined. That's why if y'all look at the top at their badge, it'll say supporter +1, and then some of your other ones say supporter. Andy says, Lord help us, what's going on here? As far as the missing people, they're not connected. So far, none of the missing people has been connected. They're just randoms. We got you got Harley McCourt, who disappeared. The teenager who they believe ran away. Gentleman, he's probably like in his 28, 30. He disappeared. The African American woman went walking. What's up, Regina? Went walking on McPherson Lane on the 28th over in Mapleville, and she just disappeared. And then I had another one in my post today. So Regina, my cousin Regina, not my biggest fan Regina, just joined on a TikTok. She's a TikToker. Like, Regina, like, does on TikTok what I do here. Not really. She just makes these really cool videos sometimes. Amber says, good night, always make good choices, and I love you alive. I love me alive too. You probably meant Alvy, but I'm okay with that. That's my joke that I do when people spell my name that way. Oh, Heather was talking about the sleep out where you, so the sleep out, you got to sleep outside overnight for the homelessness, but it looks like that one was already taken care of there. So Heather, we'll have to try that again another year, I guess. I bet Regina would go do that with us, sleep outside for the homeless. Yeah, I'm headed out, going to bed. Later, good night, Andy. Thanks for joining me. Good to talk to you again. I'll catch you around. Yep. Make sure y'all say hi when we're out in public. I do bite sometimes, though. I do. Not hard. I'm getting y'all a link real quick. I think I'm getting y'all a link. Yeah. I don't see y'all's comments right now. Catch you around. Regina, I hope you shared this video on there. Regina wants to know how many devices I got going. Okay. So tonight, I'm a little low. Tonight, I got one phone, and it's going to YouTube and Facebook. The other phone is going to TikTok. The other night, I had another one that was going to Instagram. And then I got the PC in front of me. So currently, right now, 3 devices, but only 2 with cameras on my face, but streaming to 3 different sites. Hope that answers your question there. How come I can't comment? I'm gonna that link that I just dropped for you guys. That's how you become a supporter of the page. If you sign up for 1 month, it costs you $5, and then Facebook will give me $20 for you signing up. So I'd appreciate if you guys help me out with that. You guys are always looking for ways to help me. So we got Facebook fan subscriptions for $4.99. You can do it all year. Or you can just do it for 1 month. Whatever. If you do it for the 1 month, they're going to give me a $20 bonus, and that's what I want to make. Take that, and I want to do a lot of community service projects with it as well. So that link is right there. Plus, they've been letting me put it on the end as well. I'm checking TikTok over here. I got all these devices going. What? All right, Facebook. Hey, TikTok, this don't apply to you. So, Regina, don't go anywhere. All right, Facebook, YouTube. I'm going to call it a night. We're about 1 hour in. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I do have a theory that when I use this streaming app, it slows the reach. But we will definitely test that and see. And maybe that's what it is, and maybe it's not the topic of suicide that is slowing down. Who knows? TikTok, I'll be right back with you. All right, YouTube, Facebook world, thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you follow us on all the socials. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/always make good choices. Facebook, always make good choices. Instagram, always make good choices. TikTok, I'll throw you off. Alvy Taylor, ALVIETAYLOR. And always hit share on the post if you can. We're also still trying to reach 10,000 followers. So if you get a chance, invite your friends to like our page. So to everybody in YouTube and Facebook world, I will definitely see you tomorrow. I'm going to get me some sleep. This is Alvy from Just Alvy News, reminding you to say a prayer for everybody that these beads represent. And always make good choices.